My Lords, I'd been planning to speak on the detail of the amendments, and it seems to me quite unreasonable, as Lord Dodds and Lord Bew have made the point already, quite unreasonable that the whole essence of the Belfast Agreement, which was that important decisions would be made on a cross-community basis, a difficult principle for unionists to accept at the time, is now being abandoned the moment it becomes inconvenient. And I say that as someone who was rather opposed at the time to the Belfast Agreement, not on orange or green grounds, but on grounds that I thought it was unhealthy to have all the parties in power all the time. I thought it would be healthier for democracy to have a more genuine competition. But I lost that argument, and we went down this road. And it does seem to me a little bit inconsistent that we should move to majoritarianism only when it suits people pushing one agenda. But I think the point that's been made was very ably made by the noble Lord Kerr, is that this isn't really what these amendments, or any of these amendments, is about. I commend him on his honesty as well as his customary eloquence. What all of these amendments are about, I think noble lords have been perfectly frank about this, is their fundamental disagreement because of their contention that the bill is illegal, a point very well expressed by Lord Pannick. Now, you can share or not share Lord Bew's sense that it's covered, if you like, by Articles 1 and 2 giving primacy to the Belfast Agreement, that has prior force. I'm not a lawyer. There are many more distinguished people than I am. But I just wanted to bring before the House one other observation. I sit on the subcommittee that deals with this issue, the protocol. And we've heard from all the parties in Northern Ireland, and all of them support the unilateral grace periods. There hasn't been a single one which has spoken out for full implementation of the protocol in the sense of wanting those unilateral grace periods withdrawn. In fact, I don't think there's anyone in the European Commission pushing for that either. Other than one or two fairly ill-informed Democratic congressmen in the US, I don't think there is anyone at all who now says that we should apply in full the protocol without those alleviations and suspensions. And so, if you like, my lords, we are already in breach of international law, I put it to you. And the question, therefore, is simply one of degree. Now, I very much sense that I'm in the minority in this chamber. I can see very well where most people stand, but I would just plead with you to consider in mitigation that the government is dealing with imperfect alternatives. It is simply a question of how far you want to go in order to prioritise one over another, and that therefore some of the more extreme rhetoric that we had both at second reading and on the first day of committee about dictatorships and worst bill ever and tyranny and so on may be a little bit misplaced.